Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Pre-Market News and Views by In the Money Stocks. Today is Wednesday, April 17th, 2013. Thank you all for tuning in. Let's jump right into the charts here. We'll start off with the usual S&P 500 E-mini futures. What you're going to see today is that the futures are trading sharply lower, down about 10.5 points at the moment. They were down even more around 7 o'clock this morning. However, they have come off the lows. But futures are ticking down a little bit now as we speak. Right now, futures are exactly down 10.5 points to around the 1558 level. Markets are coming under pressure. You're seeing the European markets starting to unpeel. Looking at the European markets today, that's really where the problems are. You have the German DAX down almost 2%, down 142 points. The French CAC 40 is down about 1.7%. The Milan market is only down 0.6%, and Spain is down about 1.4% at the moment. Now, the news is, or at least there are some rumors out there, that Germany and France will be downgraded by one of the credit rating agencies. Now, we don't know if that's true, but that's just a rumor. Again, this is options expiration. You will get a lot of rumors. In my opinion, they probably do need to get downgraded, but I'm not sure that will happen. But that is a rumor that is spreading around the market right now. That was actually on CNBC this morning. So traders want to watch for that going forward. But in any case, you do have the European markets sharply lower. That is definitely causing a little bit of a problem today. And I think traders need to be aware of that. The most important market in Europe is, in my opinion, the German DAX at this time, because that's the only solvent country in the European Union. Now, when you take a look at a country like England, they can print their own money, so they are not part of the euro. So just realize that they have the British pound, they can print their own money. They're down about 0.6%, or about 40 points at the moment. We'll see if this market gets a bid, if the U.S. markets get a bid. Each and every day it seems like the U.S. markets catch a bid and save the markets from falling, all on the back of more quantitative easing, or a Fed president or Fed governor, somebody coming out saying that we're going to need more quantitative easing, we're going to keep the easy money policies around for the next 20 years, whatever it may be. But either way you look at it, just remember that all of this is happening on really very, very heavy money printing by the central banks. Doesn't matter if it's here in the U.S., in Europe, or in Japan, which is probably where it's taking place the most at these days. But once again, that's what we're dealing with. Now, last night in the Asian markets, you did have the Nikkei 225 index up 1.2%. Decent little pop there. Again, more money printing. Just throw money at the problem. That's really the solution these days. All of the other markets were basically flat to slightly negative, but nothing really damaging for the most part that we could see. Now, today you're going to have some economic news out at around 2 o'clock. I think the Federal Reserve's Beige Book will be released, and we'll see what that says. Last time when they had the Fed minutes, they were released at 9 a.m. before the market even opened, and released a day earlier to the big banks like J.P. Morgan and Goldman Sachs. So, again, we'll see if it even makes a difference at this stage of the game. I honestly don't even know how anybody even puts any stock into these reports that come out. Who knows who's got them, who's received them beforehand, and what can you really make of it? But either way you slice it or dice it, we'll have to watch for that, because it could be a little bit of a market-moving event. All right, let's take a look at Bank of America today. Bank of America reported earnings. They missed on their front line and bottom line. Stock is down a little bit, but nothing drastic here. Stock still has a fair amount of support at around $11 and maybe 60 cents, $11.50. So we'll watch those levels if they get tested today, and they very well could get tested a little bit later. Intel is another stock, not the bellwether it used to be in the 90s or even in the early 2000s, but nonetheless, they came out with numbers as well. The stock closed at around $21.91 yesterday, trading at $21.78 today. Not a big deal, really a non-event if you ask me. Yahoo also reported earnings. The stock trading is closed yesterday at $23.79. It's trading at $23.35 at the moment. So really can't make too much out of Yahoo. either. But these are just a few of the names. I have about, I believe, 4 or 5 gap plays set up for this morning in the chat room. So if you want to get those, come on over to the chat room. They'll be posted up around 9 o'clock. We'll start trading them as soon as the market opens. That's something that we do each and every day here at In the Money Stocks. Now let's take a look here at gold and silver, gold and oil. This morning you do have gold trading lower today by about $4. It was down a little bit more. We'll take a look at the GLD, which is a fairly good proxy for gold. And what you'll see here, the GLD is trading around the $134 level. So it has come off the lows and is catching a little bit of a bid. Not bad for the GLD today. GLD's hanging in there. But nonetheless, spot gold is still down about $4 to $1,384 an ounce. Let's take a look at light sweet crude, which is down $1.25 today. Let's take a look at the USO. Light sweet crude is just signaling deflation, in my opinion. USO, which is a good proxy for light sweet crude, trading at $31.25. USO closed at $31.75. So you could see that little 50-cent decline from the closing price of yesterday, and just realize that when oil goes down, it's a sign of lack of demand, and it's also a sign of deflation and possibly some deleveraging going on across the board. But right now, futures are a little bit on the vulnerable side. We'll see if the market can perform its usual bounce once the market opening bell rings, or is today going to be a little bit of a different scenario where the market actually sells off. But right now, futures are down a little over 10 points. They're looking a little bit vulnerable, in my opinion. But again, each and every day, the market somehow seems to rally back, and every dip is being bought by the big institutions, and that's what's keeping it alive here at this moment. But we'll see if these institutions do throw in the towel a little bit, and if that happens, then there'll be some real pressure on this market. But other than that, what I'm seeing here is we got to look for the 2 o'clock news and look for a bunch of earnings to be released, have been released, and I think we're going to have some more earnings released after the opening bell. So with that said, everybody, I'd like to wish you all a great trading day, and we'll see you on the charts a little bit later. Take care, everyone.